Maxine Show is brought to you in part by the South Florida Water Management District.
Welcome to a very exciting edition of the Maxine Show. I have a special guest. His name is Malachi Smith. Some of you are already familiar with Malachi Smith. He's in the community. He's a Miami-Dade police officer. He did criminology. He has a master's degree in criminology. And he's also a dub poet. He is the founder of Poets in Unity. And that is why he's here today. He has a new album out, right?
Love Dub Fever.
All right. Well, let me just welcome you to the Maxine Show.
Thank you, Maxine.
All right. I'm anxious to hear it. I love your poems.
Right.
You promised me a book.
Definitely.
I need a book. I know the CD's mine.
Right.
But we're going to tell the audience about your new release.
Right.
But before you do that, let's talk about Malachi. I want to talk about you first.
Right.
To get a background of who you are and the audience get to know you.
Well, Malachi was born in Jamaica, 1956.
All right,
Westmoreland.
Westmoreland?
Yes.
Give me a poem.
Okay.
A short one.
Ads. Wanted. One rebel reggae singer. One Bob Marley or another Peter Wheeler. One burning spirit, a universal song to slay the dragon in this Armageddon. One vice bitter like blood, bust out like river every corner of a flood, with rhythmic vibration return the consciousness of the nation. For we don't know every color panty we sisters wear, but their mentality now get us anywhere. Too much so-called hit, dump the punani syndrome in a pit, rise up conscious man, let off vintage reggae song, win the war, no celebrate later for them still a gun down with black brother. Let the flames burn, 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 red, 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 red. Wanted, one reggae singer, urgent.
Ah, very good, very good. And that's why I love you. You're so passionate about your poem and you deliver them so compelling.
It's life. Poetry to me is life.
It's life.
Yes.
And you do it so naturally.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
On stage, I think I enjoy being on stage and writing more than anything else on planet Earth.
Of course.
Yeah.
While you protect our citizens.
And yes, I'm passionate about that too.
Yeah, I know, that is what attracted me to you, because I'm here, when I see you on stage, I'm not seeing this police officer, and I've seen you in your uniform once, and you're totally different. You look different.
Well, remember too that Claude McKay, one of the greatest writers that the Caribbean and the Americas I've ever seen, was also a police officer, and I don't know if it's coincidentally, interestingly, he left the force in Jamaica at the same rank as I did. I was a cop in Jamaica too.
Really?
Yeah, Claude McKay, who wrote poems like If We Should Die, Spanish Needle. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they actually celebrated him at Calabash.
All right, I didn't know that. You're teaching me more history too and more of my culture. I left Jamaica at age 15, so I lose a lot of my culture, but I'm connected now and I'm still learning.
There's a lot to learn.
Yeah, and we all are still learning. We're unfolding souls.
Can never be too old.
Never to be too old. All right, let's talk about Fever, your new...
Love Dub Fever, passionately. It came about once I heard the Taurus Riley's She's Royal song. It blew me away.
Yeah.
And I had gone on to Jamaica. I was down there on vacation, meeting people and stuff like that. And I'm like, I have to write a poem for this rhythm, for the She's Royal rhythm. I ended up writing the poem, and I called Dean Fraser, I called Taurus Riley, because he and my two sons went to school together. And they said, yeah, man, you can get the rhythm, Malachi. So I got the rhythm. Once I did it, it came out so well with Sharon Forrest and Taurus and Winston Dias harmonizing, that I decided, why not just do a whole album of love poems? And that's how Love Dub Fever came about.
All right. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want you to give our audience a peek, one of the selection, and then we'll talk more about the other stuff that you're doing, your books, what you've written before. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Malachi Smith, the dub poet, and the Miami-Dade police officer. Welcome back to the Maxine Show, and we're coming to you directly from the Inver Vacation Resort in Lauderhill. They are, of course, our sponsors of the set. So when you're visiting South Florida or you're visiting the Broward County area, Inver is a place of choice for you. And we thank Dillard's for the wardrobe today and the accessories. And for your beautiful, elegant clothes, you can visit Dillard's in Broward Mall. And we turn the spotlight over to Malachi. Malachi, you just talk about this love. Can I get a piece of
Love
the
Dub Fever.
Love Dub Fever?
I'm going to do the first poem on it.
On
That's
it,
she
right.
wrote.
And that
She's
one
already-
is How You Make Her.
Master God. Basically, I'm asking God a question because this Jamaican female is so fine. It's like Jesus' theme. What a sight to behold, as fine as pure gold. Went down a yard without a plan. Just taking a break from a situation. Had no conceived intention until a royal rose apple forced my hand. Her Royal Highness firm in her Nubian skin, standing in her rosemary bush garden, gleaming, holding the sun in her hair, her glory shining everywhere. Like an African rainbow caressing a mountain peak, had to rise to the occasion before I speak. How you make her, Master God? For this visitation I am glad. And not Megan Vanilla, Master God, reveal her secrets I want her bad. I go and paint her across the sky, right below, Master God, I, for protection night and day, keep the predators at bay. Who you make her, Master God? Who you put in her, Master God? She had all of Queen Isis' secrets. Athena couldn't match her wits, dazzling me with her magic hand, wondered should I dip or should I stand. She calculated me before I spoke, said her love was no joke, won't compete with anyone. If you're taken, move along. Try to walk away, but my heart wasn't leaving. Put my foot in that gear and my heart starts seizing. I go and paint her across the sky, right below. Master God, I, for protection night and day, keep the predators at bay. Your Highness, I proposed, strip me of my fleshy robes, dip me in your mineral spring, wash away all my transgressions and sins. Close the door, lock the window, I am committing to you forever. Let me glow like the banks of the Zambezi, Nubian princess, never leave me. Come what may I do. She said, take my hands. I feel the same way too.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm listening to this beauty, and you compare her to Athena, so therefore you're bringing in some history from way beyond.
Right.
And the Miami-Dade police. I want you to talk to me about being that, because I know you have to deal with a whole lot of
It's
stuff.
interesting. It's almost like I think somebody cast a spell on me and I had to become a police officer. When I was young and growing up, I always liked politics and wanted to ride, probably be a disc jockey, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So one day I saw this trainer, this racehorse trainer, Eileen Cliggott. And I was living on St. Joseph at the time, my grandmother. So I ran up to her and I said, Miss Cliggott, I want to be a jockey, you know. So
You're too tall.
She felt my bones. I was pretty small then, pretty young. And she felt my bones and said, your bones are too large. You must become a police officer.
Oh.
And it's like, I became a cop in Jamaica. I was supposed to go to college. Another store my parents didn't bite. They thought that I was too strong-headed. And so I became a cop down there at 18. Served for 12 years, 10 months, all over the place down there. Flying Squad, then Town, St. Catherine, Montego Bay, Criminal Intelligence Unit, so.
And then you migrated to Miami.
Miami. And policing was somewhat the last thing on my mind.
When you came here?
Yes. But as things that I've had it, a friend called me one day and said, you wanted to go to law school and UM is hiring.
Yeah.
So I went and did it, the application. Everything went very well. Went for the final interview, ran into a Jamaican at the headquarters, and he made some comments. When I told him where I used to work in Jamaica, and everybody in the office started looking at me like, damn, this guy must be a bad guy. So, that fell through, because I just went to Metro after that, because I did everything already.
Okay. All right.
And that's how it came about. I'm enjoying it. There's a certain amount of pleasure you get from serving in a capacity like a police officer. For argument's sake, I remember arresting a female one Christmas morning, like standing on the side of the road smoking a crack pipe.
What?
And she cursed me, cursed my mother, my wife.
Yeah.
And I saw her like 6 months after, and she actually ran up to the car and she was like, Mr. Smith, I want to talk to you. And she said, look at me now, look at me, I've changed. And I went in the program just as you were telling me. And you feel very good. You feel fulfilled, You have quality time when you get the opportunity to actually talk to people sometime, in difficult situations, and you actually can make a difference in their life. Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break and come right
Definitely.
back. All right. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Malachi Smith is my guest. He's a Jamaican dub poet. And of course, earlier, he talked about being a police officer, which I was really curious about, because for somebody to come out with such talent about love and then have to fight crime, he is a character, but not a bad character. He must be somebody with some substance. And wanted to get back into some of the things that you do. I know you've written a book. Let's talk to me about
the book is Black Boy Blue.
Okay.
And when I came here, I was missing Jamaica so much. But, some intellectuals, it's like you can get mangoes here, you can get lobsters here, you can get steamed fish here. But as a writer, there are certain things, certain sights, certain sounds, certain tastes, certain feel. It's like, I remember going down to Jamaica once, and I gave somebody a ride down to Great Bay, and I'd seen this section of Jamaica maybe 1,000 times. And the sea, it was so blue, so rich, that I just sat there in the car, and for like half an hour, I could not move.
You were meditating.
I just savored it. So when I wrote Black Boy Blue, I was basically, longing for home so much, missing it so much. So I was just savoring and celebrating, that whole experience of being a Jamaican by birth and in my soul.
So what else is in Black Boy Blue?
Okay, Black Boy Blue does have some very harsh poems critiquing, police to an extent, to the whole experience. I was 18 when I became a cop down there. And you know what, being a cop at 18 in Jamaica went through 1980. And I always tell
through the rough times
Jamaicans that the whole society and people should be very thankful for the few good police officers and soldiers that were in Jamaica in 1980. Because there were forces on both sides of the political spectrum that were hell-bent and tearing that society apart. And it was few of us, like I remember at night, you'd be clearing roadblocks and, to go to help somebody and stuff. It was rough. We were just 18, but Wow. So I was drawing on all those experiences in that early work in Black Boy Blue. And I've had poetry publishing anthologies all over the world. People have actually pirated my stuff. I've heard that, people come from Barbados and say, I just saw a volume of poetry and you have poems inside here. Don't know anything about it. Never get a cent,
Well, can I get a piece from the Black Boy Blue? I know my audience is enjoying this. This is just a different aspect of the Maxine Tullis Show. Bringing one of our cultural individuals here.
Well, Black Boy Blue, there's the poem, Miss You Jamaica Girl.
Miss You Jamaica Girl.
Yeah, and I usually started the liquor song. Every time I remember Jamaica, water come on me. Like drawing on Miss Luther,
Yeah.
So in Miami, in the US of A, driving on the 112 highway, in this concrete hell, just work, work, work. No time to play. Thirsty for some coconut water. Or to sightseeing. You know what I mean? Peeking at them girls in them skin fit jeans. I heard a roar, and I looked to the sky, and there was an Air Jamaica flying by, and I cry. I miss you like crazy. Miss you Jamaica, my baby. Miss the curry chicken back and gravy. Miss me hygiene, miss me daughter. Miss drinking my belly full of sugar and water. Miss me Sunday morning breakfast. 2 fingers of soft boiled banana, a big red snapper, a large scotch bonnet pepper, and ice cold red stripe. Jesus, nice. I'm going back home.
I know, I'm sitting here going, when you said that scotch bonnet pepper.
Yeah. I perform that poem last year at Culturama, and something happened, like, every now and again as a performer, when you're on stage delivering, it's like you enter this sphere where you somewhat transcend the physical self. It was one of those moments. I was saying the poem, and when I got to the end of it, it ends with, I said, God, I have one wish. Turn all them corrupt politician, thief, murderers back into good patriotic Jamaicans. And I'd pack my suitcase today to come home to you, to walk the street, to sing your song, to eat your food, to live and die in my island. And I started walking forward, and that whole theater erupted. It was like lightning. You know, like everybody was standing and screaming. I didn't plan it. I'd rehearsed the poem extensively, you know, but I just started reliving some.
Okay.
Powerful.
All right. Well, we're going to go to a break and come back.
Yes.
Love it. I'm getting it. You know I love your poems.
I'm enjoying it so much.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, definitely.
You enjoy being on the Maxine Tyler Show?
Definitely,
All right.
definitely.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the final segment of the Maxine Tyler Show. And it's a very exciting show. I'm excited because I'm being entertained by Malachi Smith.
I love
and
dog
you
food.
are too. All right. Malachi, you read all these nice, you said all these nice poems to me. But talk to me more about what you do here in South Florida besides being a police officer.
Well, I'm very involved with the community. The Jamaica Ex-Police Association, I served as president for 2 years, grew the association enormously, initiated some projects like the police refurbishing project, where every year we go down to Jamaica and refurbish a police station. We also give a scholarship down there, and this is based primarily on needs and academics, but primary needs. And we started, you know, donating medical equipment and stuff like that to clinics. So you know, it's a
from the association?
Yes, pretty extensive, extensive project. In addition to that, I'm a board member of another foundation, Caribbean Education Foundation, that Joe Higgs' granddaughter.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, she's an attorney. And she started this foundation, wanted to raise like 26 scholarships annually. Kicked it off this year, and we're able to do 6 scholarships. So we're growing, we're playing some major concerts and stuff like that to actually fund that outfit. You know, so I'm very involved there. And I'm going to Jamaica as part of the diaspora team. I went to the first conference. Security is my passion. I believe in a certain amount of freedom and dignity that I would like any Jamaican, anybody somewhere over the world, to go to Jamaica like we go Hawaii. You can walk all over the place. I should be able to just walk down Spanish Town Road and walk in a jungle or Tivoli or Rima. Without
I remember I used to walk down Harbour Street 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. Me and my girlfriend going to my father not home. And you feel safe. You're not afraid.
That's a quality of life that I would do anything to bring back that sensibility to my people. That you realize that you're the same flesh and blood. A man shouldn't really see you walking and say, where the boy they come from? And just shoot you. You know, it shouldn't be.
Or grab a woman and rape her.
One boss, I say, boy, Malachi, you know, I live at my member as a pasture, I check in some sites and things, I don't know the boss, you know. You understand? So I'll do anything, and I'm very passionate about my people. I care very deeply about my people. And I mean my people, I mean from Obama to Nelson Mandela to my Jamaicans, to the Trinidadians, to the Guyanese, you know, Africans. They're all my people, and I care deeply about them, and whatever I can do for my people and my race. There's one human race, but all of them will kind of look like me. Care especially. Passionately.
Passionately.
Yes.
All right. I notice you have another. See, is this a DVD?
Right. This is interesting. This too. You know that Obama finally got the nomination soon up.
Right.
Well, in January, I sat at work, took my pay stub, and wrote a race, literally a race with all the contenders, with Barack and Romney and all those guys, and I had Barack winning.
Really?
Actually, and declared him President of the United States.
Yeah.
Well, some disc jockeys started playing it like hell. Others said, no, we're for Hillary, blah, blah, blah. So what I did, I end up doing a little thing with Hillary and call it neck and neck. But the original race has Obama winning straight up.
All right.
You know?
Okay.
And this was from January.
From January.
Not June.
You predicted it.
Yes,
all
exactly.
Right. Well, tell our audience how they can get copies of your
Love Dub Fever, and Middle Passage, and The Black of the Berry. They're all available online. cdbaby.com/Malachi Music. You can click on reggae.
Okay.
You see dub poetry. They're all there. In addition to that, it's on Digistation, iTunes. You can download it. It's all over the internet. And in South Florida, it's in the stores. It's been played in Jamaica, and I'm finalizing a distribution deal for the Caribbean. So it's all over. It's a fantastic
and
album.
It's a colorful.
And the liner notes were written by none other than Professor Mervyn Morris from the University of West Indies, the foremost authority now in Caribbean literature in the world, I want to say. And he stated that this is my finest work to date. And I'm very honored, humbled and honored.
Well, I am humbled and honored.
I give thanks.
To have you on the Maxine
And
Teller
you're
Show.
as regal as the female for
You
whom
spoke
I wrote
about?
Love Dub Fever.
Well, thank you very much, Malachi.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the Maxine Teller Show. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode as much as I did today with Malachi Smith. Join us again next week, same time, right here on the Maxine Teller Show. See you.